Hello, everyone, and welcome to the pilot edition of the Northeast Retro Den podcast, lovingly known as Nerdcast. My name's Simon McGuinness, known online as Gamer Si. I'll be your host with the most, introducing you to the guys whilst we discuss all things retro, toys, games, movies, cartoons, and the like. With me tonight is Mick. Say hello, Mick.
Hello.
Tell us a bit about yourself.
I'm an old gamer. I'm moved down towards Newcastle about 12 years ago. Continued playing games, had lots of jobs, and met Michael.
It's been downhill ever since.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Nice one. And we also have Chris Sager, not his real name. How you doing, Chris?
You alright? How you doing? So I think I'm more of a gamer than a collector, but I collect Sega Saturn more than anything else. But yeah, I just like retro games. Hi.
Welcome. And with us is the founder of the Northeast Retro Den, the man responsible for booting any of you who are currently not allowed to visit the Facebook page. The man, the myth, the legend in his own lunchtime, Michael Henderson. Say hello.
Hello, everybody.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about the Northeast Retro Den.
Well, Michael here, admin of the Northeast Retro Den, which nerd Facebook group for all geeks, nerds like us, into everything retro, toys, games, you name it. We love it all, and that's why we're here today. Am I right?
Why we're here. Retro games and drink appears to be the order of the night.
For tonight, yes. First one.
Funny enough, people were drinking tea at the start. That didn't last past the intro.
It's the pressure, Simon. It's the pressure.
Cool. Nice one. So I think the best thing to start off with, obviously, if you want to meet these guys, if you want to see any more, by all means, get yourself along to Northeast Retro Den on Facebook. But one of the things Northeast Retro Den has been doing recently has been obviously the meetups that we've done, the Nerdfests. Now, there should have been one recently, but for obvious reasons, that was called off. But Michael, give us a little bit of a thing, how all this came about, what people could expect from Nerdfest, when we can expect to see it again.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, Nerdfest would have been April. The world's just gone to shit, hasn't it, pretty much at the minute. There's nothing we can do about that now. That had to be postponed. Luckily, we do have Nerd Fright Fest in October, the 18th, hopefully.
The second annual Nerd Fright Fest.
That's right, yes. We've only been going 2 years doing these events, but people think we've been going a lot longer, actually. It feels like we've been doing them a lot longer. And at these events, it's everything we all love. It's basically the group at a large scale. Everyone come along, families, everyone have a great time. We don't pinpoint anyone out, it's for everybody. We've got video games, arcades, consoles, traders there, face painters,
Bit of
cosplay.
Bit of cosplay.
Yeah, bit of cosplay, a bit of everything for everyone. And you've all been.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Had a great time, and that's what it's all about. And at the same time, we also raise money for charity. Our Nerds charity is, we support Metro Radio's Cash for Kids, all the disadvantaged children of the Northeast, and that's what we're about. In the Northeast, look after our own and have a great time.
So have you got your costume figured out for this year?
Well, probably not. not yet.
You're not doing the Stay Puft again, no?
I'll not be doing Stay Puft again, no, not this year. I mean,
Okay.
I did have Nerdfest's costume ready pretty much, which was going to be Baywatch. That's what I was going to be going as. The Hoff himself.
I'm almost
So,
glad it was called off.
But for Fight Fest, not yet. It's still a good 5 months away. So
Yeah,
there's
well, yeah.
plenty of planning and preparation to go in anyway. So plenty of time to organise everything and get everything ready, really. Do you know what you're going, Simon? Because you did come as a Star Wars character.
I did, didn't I?
Didn't you?
Me and John came as a couple of X-Wing pilots, didn't we?
Absolutely awesome, Simon.
Phenomenal.
Wasn't it?
I've no idea.
That was some outfit, mate. It must have cost you a lot of money.
It wasn't cheap. I'd actually bought it for Halloween the previous year, and it turned up the weekend after Halloween.
Oh,
Nightmare.
But you love Halloween, Simon, don't you?
Aye, we go for it big. The missus always has a big Halloween party. We couldn't last year because she wasn't well, but so we're planning doubling down on it this year. It'll be another big party at ours. She'll spend a fortune on costumes and decorations and food and drink. So hopefully I can get myself something fun for Fright Fest while I'm on.
Excellent. Mick,
yeah.
do you know what you're going to be coming cosplay? Just?
I didn't buy a baseball bat not to come as Negan again, to be fair.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, that was good.
It was. That was good last year.
Chris, you were there selling, weren't you?
I was. No, I was. The first one I was.
First one.
Fright Fest. I came early and set up. But my family came about 1 o'clock, but I was there from like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. So I got to the point where I was just wandering around by myself with a can of beer in my hand for like 2 hours, like a loser. I had a great time.
So, that's all of us, Chris. What you're heard about? That's all of us.
Yeah, all the pictures I saw, we were at the bar.
Yeah.
But the first one, I was a trader, store set up, and I was going to go as my real surname's Hart. I was going to go as Brett the Hitman Hart. Got the costume and everything.
What, pink spandex?
Well, it was a great idea like 6 months beforehand, but then as time got closer, I realised that my beer belly wasn't going anywhere, and
you could have gone as Jim the Anvil Neidhart, to be fair.
I could have done.
Aye.
Yeah. No, but the great events. I mean, for the kids as well, because both events I've had the kids there, and my oldest, he's 7 now, and he loved it last year. The guys upstairs had the games workshop. It's all set up.
They did, yeah.
Had the Star. I don't know what it's called, but they had the Star Wars.
They did, yeah.
And he was just glued to it. Like I couldn't get him away from it. Absolutely fantastic. And then there was
It did look good.
and you had pictures with like Spider-Man and I think there was was there a big Captain America in the corner or something?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he had a fantastic time. I spent a fortune as always.
Yeah, me too. But there was some good quality traders there as well, wasn't there? To buy some good, I spent quite a bit of money as well. I enjoyed it.
So you had obviously Kev from that Retro Game Shop was there, and he's also had a good shop. And then there was Sore Thumbs as well.
From York, yeah.
Amazing collection. You could literally just anger up yourself just looking through his stuff. To be fair, got so many good things. And then you had just 2 or 3 really, really good traders there as well with good selections of stuff. And then also you had a lot of the guys from the Facebook group as well who just had the, almost like a car boot sale type thing going on as well to pick up a few bargains. Brilliant.
Yeah, we had a few members trading on the day as well, didn't we? Which is good. You get everyone involved, don't you? And all the families coming along.
There's something for everybody, isn't there?
Yeah. And in fact, I think we'll probably, as time goes on, we'll get a few of the traders on here on the podcast, won't we, Simon?
That's the plan, yeah.
As guests.
As a guest. To shill their wares.
Yes.
Maybe get one to sponsor us.
Aye, how a Kev, how you a fiver.
Aye, good luck with that one.
But as the podcast, or as the Nerdcast goes on, we will be running competitions and tournaments and all sorts of entertainment for everyone.
Well, that's another good thing about the event is the amount of competitions you have on the day. I think it's like nearly every hour there's something going on. The first one in April, I think is it Michael Coxon brought his big Sega Rally twin cab.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Amazing. So I had me store set up, and I could see it out the corner of my eye all day, and I just couldn't get away to play it. And I think I was the last guy to get on it right at the end of the day. I had one go, and I was sweating. There's so much pressure on us, and I think like 0.12 of a second. Yeah, but it was brilliant.
Such a good game.
The guy he won a Sega Saturn as well. Sega Saturn.
That was Darren Russell from the group.
Oh, the Canny Prize as well. I was good at.
Yeah.
Hate that guy.
I think what was it at Nerd Fright Fest? We had House of the Dead arcade machine.
Yeah.
It's another great machine. I love that one. Absolutely great fun.
Kind of beat shooting zombies.
Oh yeah, definitely. Halloween time as well.
Oh yeah.
And some good prizes as well. I think, unfortunately, for Nerdfest this year, that was postponed, it would have been the Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer arcade. That was going to be the main draw, which is a shame. But it will be out. It will be out eventually for everyone to have a good time.
You're not going to bring it to Freyfest?
I thought about it, but it's a Halloween event, so I'm going to guess we'll probably go for House of the Dead. I put it to the group, and it seemed like everyone loves House of the Dead arcade. So I will bring a few other arcades, but I don't want Star Wars Pod Racer to steal the show.
Takes a bit of shifting as well.
It's in 3 pieces. Yeah, it is quite large. It's in 3 pieces, so it's not easy. It's easy to plug in, things like that, but I think I'll probably save that for next year now. Next April, maybe. Along with a few surprises. I think quite a few took a piss recently, Simon, on the group, haven't they? They've been, putting adverts on. I love the what was it? Delete if not allowed. Is it delete if not allowed?
Admin's delete if not allowed or something.
Yeah. I mean, well, why put it on then? Where's any respect? Why can't you message one of us? Anyone,
why not have a look at the rules? And if you're still not sure, send a message.
Yeah. That's what I would do. Even if I wanted to promote anything, I would ask first, is it okay if I put this on? I've done it with other admins and other groups.
When looking for traders and stuff like that, if I have to go in anyone else's group, the first thing I'll do is I'll message an admin to say, I'm joining this group because I'm after this. Do you want to advertise it and ask the people, or can I come in and do it? And if they say no, it's fine. But it's the respect thing. You know yourself, Simon, when I asked if I was all right doing that in Krusty Gamers. Yeah,
exactly. And nobody looks at Krusty Gamers, so...
The t-shirts are awesome, man.
They are on the...
It is just... It's just
really pissed me off. That guy, he was... I forget his name now. But he's got a few collections of stuff that he's obviously just got out of his closet. And he knows what they're worth. So he's saying like, "Oh guys, what's these worth?" And people are going, "Oh well, I'll give you 50 quid for it." Oh, not a chance. And then I think whatever the offer was, it got to about 450 quid, which is well beyond what I thought anyone would offer.
Yeah.
And he still didn't want it. He just wasn't interested. And it was all just a game to try and see what it was worth.
It's the offer. It's the offers thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Basically, Chris, it was because he had a price in mind he wanted.
Yeah.
But he was hoping that someone in the group would offer him even more.
That's
all that is.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
He's hoping you get even more.
Yeah, there'll be times when you don't know what you've got, and it's odd, and you can't find it on eBay or CX or whatever. And in those times, what I'll tend to do is I'll say, sorry guys, I don't know. What do you think's fair? And what they say fair are then normally not going to be under that.
Yeah.
So there can be no questions. You guys told me it was worth 50 quid. I'm asking 40. Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Essentially, if it's going for 50 quid on eBay, ask 40 on the group, because you're going to lose 10 quid of it in fees and hassle and everything else, aren't you?
I generally look at eBay, sold listings, and CEX prices, and I go under them. To be fair, that's all. But if it's something I don't know the value of, I'll ask like one of you.
If it's something
that, if I don't know,
yeah, if it's something in
CEX,
if it's something in CEX, what I'll do is I'll look what CEX will give me trade in for it, and I'll say, "Do you want to give me the same?"
Yeah.
So this, I can get 30 quid trade in, 25 cash or whatever for this in CEX. Give me something along those lines.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I do. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're happy with that because you've not paid that order in any way, so everyone's happy. Everyone gets a good deal, don't they?
If you're in it to make money, it's a hard game to be in these days, I think. If you're
Massively.
in it to buy and sell.
Well, those are the worst groups, though, the groups where people are just in it to make money. The ones that boil my piss, and I've left groups like this now, but you'll see groups where someone will say, such a Switch game is on clearance at Tesco's for 7 quid. See? And then he'll also, in the same post, show a picture of his own basket with 30 of them in there.
Yeah.
And he'll put, they'll all be for sale when I get home. And then when he gets home, he wants triple the price for them. So not only is he gonna bum you, he's gonna make sure you know you're being bummed.
Yeah.
There's no sense of community to places like that.
Yeah, I think I found that with a lot with the SNES minis and the NES minis as well. When they first came out, there was a few who bought in bulk and were like, "Look at how many I've got. They'll all be for sale soon."
Yeah, the same people did the same with the PlayStation Mini.
But it went down to 25 quid in Tesco.
Yeah, I got mine for like 20 quid or some bloke had nicked.
But they're the silly ones now because if they just kept them, you'd be getting a lot more now.
Now people want them again, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, general etiquette. I mean, there's a lot to be desired, isn't there? And it's hard to monitor when you're at work and things like that. You can't just be there all the time. And I don't want to be this kind of group where they have to ask you before they post anything.
Well, no.
You hate being like post approvals are horrible.
Yeah, it's too strict. It's no fun in it. But you just gotta trust. You just gotta trust the members.
I do think on the whole it's a really good group because I think there's probably about maybe 100 active members. I mean, I'm not 2,000 members. There's probably 100 active members who are on there quite regularly, and you kind of know what everyone's about. So I've probably got a list of about 10, 15 people who I trade with really regularly, and I trust them. So someone like Martin Stapleford or Nick Atkinson or you guys, I don't mind giving you guys deals or vice versa because I know I'll get it back. So me and Nick Atkinson have traded all sorts over the last year, and I give stuff to him for notes sometimes and vice versa. It's a nice community. I would never want to fleece somebody to be fleeced myself. I'd rather just have people who are open and honest and help each other out. That's what it's all about for me. That's why I love this group.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what the best groups are about. I was a member of quite a few groups at one time, and I've come out of most of them because you just got annoyed with the way you see people going on, and you see cliques within groups, and people just seem out to want to fleece each other. Right now, the best groups on Facebook, I'd say now you've got Northeast Retro Den, Retrotech 100, and other than those, I don't bother with many of the others now because they're all just strangers trying to fleece strangers.
I do like. There's a few of the fan sites I quite like. I like the Sega Saturn Junkyard's really good.
I don't know that
one. But there's no real buying and selling on that. It's just talking about the things that people love. I like that. Yeah,
I think with Northeast Retro Den, there's a sense of community, and that's what's missing in some of these other groups. That they're all out for themselves, aren't they? Really, and that's not what we're about, really. I think. I hope so. Anyway.
Gamers of Newcastle always used to be a decent one. It's still going as far as I know, but it never seems to pop up on my feed much. I don't know if you guys know that one.
I'm on that. I was on that about 5 years ago. I was on there, and I kind of stopped paying attention to it for whatever reason, and I've rejoined again recently because I was looking for a gaming chair. And it's still a pretty good group, I think. Reading through it, doesn't seem to be many idiots on there.
No, the guy runs it, Daniel Vaughan or somebody. He's a decent guy.
But it's quite a young crowd on there, though. That's the only thing I'd say. A lot of the guys are quite young. Whereas on here, we're a bit more...
We're old.
Well, I'm a youngin' on here, which is...
Yeah, right.
Well, Gamers Newcastle isn't necessarily a retro gaming thing. It's a gaming thing. So, you know, there's a lot of PS4, Xbox One, Call of Duty sort of talk on there. But they seem a decent enough bunch.
There's always a shout out on there for, like, guys, just so you know, on Steam, this is free at the moment, or go on Xbox Live, this is free, which is quite good to pick things up on.
And for some reason, there's always debates on there over who does the best kebabs in the area.
Yeah. That's been for a while, that, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's like they're in joke.
Yeah.
I don't think we have anything like that on Northeast Retro Den. We'll have to start something.
Absolutely, yeah.
Who does the best curry in the Northeast?
Oh, Bengal Curry Centre on Chilly Road.
Damn boring me. I just go to one down the road. That's the nearest one. Always have.
Yeah.
Lamb tikka madras. Oh. Half rice, half chips. Poppadoms. Garlic naan.
Lamb madras, certainly, but half rice, half chips. How are
I prefer Chinese.
Sorry, full rice, full chips. I'm not going to lie about it. Like.
Shall we talk about Mick and what he did to raise nearly £1,000?
Mick Hancock.
Cash for kids. Mick, yeah.
I don't know. Did it involve lubricant? I don't. Actually, I don't know. Did he run something or something? Because I don't know.
Well, Mick, explain, please.
Oh, that Mick.
Well, we
Sorry.
had.
What are you drinking, Simon?
Vodka. But I thought, you said Mick, and I heard Mick Hancock in my head. So, okay.
Well, somebody, I
I
think,
don't know
did
what
you
you
say
had in
Hancock, Chris? I think you did mention.
No.
Someone said, all right.
Anyhow.
We did a marathon in the den. So 26 of us played an hour of a sports game of our own choices to raise money for Cash for Kids. It was to do with the 2.6 challenge that was going about after the London Marathon got cancelled, and lots of people were doing things with anything to do with 2 and 6s, and so I just thought if we just get 26 members to play an hour of a game, and we raised, including gift aid, £971.
Wow. Well done.
Yeah. And I played track and field for an hour, and I still cannot do the damn hammer.
I can do the hammer. It's the high jump I can't do.
I think I played NBA Jam. Chris, were you playing anything? Were you in?
Yeah, I did. I was playing Winter Heat on the Saturn, which is like the winter version of Athlete Kings. It was it's great for me because I never sit down and dedicate myself to play a particular game for any particular length of time. So it was really nice to be able to enjoy my game for a change. But like Mick with a hammer, I couldn't get past the slalom on Winter Heat.
Slaloms are a nightmare on winter games, though.
I enjoyed it, but I was drunk. I'm not lying, I was drunk by then. Absolutely. Good fun, though.
Yeah,
You have 2 beers, Michael?
Yeah.
You have 2 beers also, yeah.
It was, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Would have been a hockey game for me, I suppose, if I'd taken part.
Which one?
Well, my favourite one ever is 2K7 on the 360.
Oh.
It's so good. But if you were keeping it retro, NHL hockey on the Mega Drive or something.
Absolutely, yeah. I had it for the Super Nintendo when I was younger, and I absolutely loved that game. It was great. You could just beat the 10 bells out of each other. It was good. It was really good fun when you were a kid.
You used to have the punch off in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, great fun when you're like 14 years old. Like, yes.
You remember the NES game just called Ice Hockey?
I've never played it.
I don't think I played it.
It's got a sort of a retro remake at the minute, and it's reduced on the PlayStation Store. So we were playing it at the weekend. It's called Super Blood Hockey. and it's a little
Super
cutesy,
bloodsucky.
little cutesy 8-bit sprites, but with blood guts flying everywhere when you hit each other.
Nice.
It's really good fun.
Yeah, I'll give that a go.
NFL Blitz, that was a bit like that, wasn't it? NFL Blitz on the Dreamcast, that was a bit like a
All the
hardcore bit.
all the Blitz games were, they were by Midway, so they were.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
They were meant to be a bit like the Jam games.
Yes,
Didn't I just recently sell you that game, Chris?
you did. Yeah. I watched a YouTube video and I thought, oh, I really fancy that. And you literally within like half an hour you'd listed it on the group. So I just
At a bargain price, I'm sure.
always.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Today's hot topic is the Sega Mega Drive. See, a machine built and sold on the strength of its arcade releases, its arcade conversions, of which at the time Sega was the king. Back in our minds right now, because of the success of Streets of Rage 4. What we've decided is we're all going to choose one Sega arcade conversion, which we will champion. We'll let you know what we think about it, why it's the best, how you go about playing it now, if it's rare, what it goes for, and anything else we deem remotely interesting. So to kick off first, I'm going to say, how are Chris? What was your choice?
I went for Outrun.
Okay.
Say that again. So obviously everyone knows what Outrun is. It's been out in pretty much every system before the Genesis or the Mega Drive. But yeah, it's not a racing game. It's a driving game apparently. But it's a point-to-point racer. The goal is to reach one of 5 possible destinations. It's it's a really beautiful game. It's very colourful. And yeah, you just got to survive, beat the clock. But it's compared to some of its other counterparts. So you had like the Master System, the Amiga, the Commodore. It came out on pretty much everything, Game Gear. But I think in terms of arcade ports, apart from the Saturn, because the Saturn was pretty much arcade perfect.
Yeah,
the Mega Drive was a really, really good conversion of it. I think as well, the Game Boy Advance game was really good in it as well. There was a Game Boy Advance game apparently, it was really good.
Right.
I haven't played it myself, but when I was reading up, apparently it's really worth a look.
So,
And then recently as well, the Switch got a release. Apparently that's phenomenal.
yes, it did. It's a straight arcade port, yeah, I think.
Apart from the Ferrari, I think that take the Ferrari badge off because there's quite a few licensing. In fact, actually, looking at the box, that's not even a Ferrari on the box. That's it just says Sega on the back of it. There's no Ferrari badge. So I assume there's no licensing for the Ferrari game.
That was the reason Outrun 2 was taken off the Xbox store and everything, wasn't it? Because didn't have the Ferrari license anymore.
Yeah, they did actually. Yeah.
Okay, what would you say is the worst conversion then of Outrun?
It's probably the Spectrum version. 6 colours or whatever it was. I think I actually had that as well back in the day. My uncle gave us a Spectrum, and it was just like, if I remember rightly, it was like a green road with like little lines, and you had to try and work out what was what.
Yeah.
There was nothing on the side of the road. You could barely make out. It was like the outline of the car.
Mm-hmm. It was monochrome.
It was horrendous.
I'll take your Spectrum and I'll raise the Amstrad version because I got that for Christmas one year, and it's like the Spectrum version but running at half speed. And instead of having any sounds or soundtrack, they gave you just an audio tape to put in your tape deck.
I was talking to somebody about that recently. Yeah, you got like literally got a cassette, didn't you, with the sound on?
Yeah.
To play alongside it. That's one of the great things about it when you get to select your tune before you start the game. Whereas a lot of games you select your car or your track, and Outrun it was always you select what song you wanted to play.
It's the music I always think of in Outrun.
Sea breeze.
Yeah, mystical sound shower or something. Or is that just some kind of hentai?
We had internet searches.
Yeah. So obviously you've got your own physical copy there.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you get that? Did you buy it?
I got it from the first Nerdfest. Actually, Nick Atkinson on the group. He's a friend of mine. He came. He swapped it. I think I swapped it with him. I might have bought it. I can't remember. But it's a really neat copy as well. It's It's immaculate actually. But yeah, so that was the first Nerdfest I got that.
What does that go for these days?
I think it's worth around about £30. Don't quote me on that. I think if it was me trying to buy it, I probably want to pay about 25 because I'm quite tight. I think £30 is about the going rate, maybe a little bit more. I am tight. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, it's
Nothing wrong with that.
yeah, definitely worth a go. We were chatting away there when the signal went down about how Outrun was one of them games when you walked into an arcade, there was always a queue around it. I don't know if you've noticed that. Outrun was one of them games that people used to crowd around and watch when it was when someone was playing it.
Especially the big one, the big moving one.
We were just talking about that as well, about how the with the big one that moved, the screen used to go diagonal when you went around the corner.
Yeah.
And then what they did was on the I don't actually know if it's in the Mega Drive port, but on Outrun, when you turn the corner, the whole screen goes diagonal. And that was all part of the original cab when it used to rock.
Right.
They just left it in as novelty. Yeah, so that's why it's in there apparently.
Good stuff.
I was telling Chris before that Outrun, the big one, that was at Nerd last year, Simon.
It was.
There?
Yeah, it was.
I thought so. I remember I had one go before it opened up, but I felt a bit like I was going to break it. I was very gentle. I had one go, and I carefully got out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Not even deliberately.
I slid out. It's a piece of history, isn't it?
I know.
It's worth a fortune as well.
It's actually about 35-year-old now, 33, 34 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet you it's a few grand.
Oh yeah, I would have thought so. I
For
mean,
one of them.
a stand-up Outrun seems to be going for about $1,000 now. You know, a few years ago you could pick one up for a few hundred, but no, not now.
Oh no, if only. In hindsight.
The ones I've turned down in the past, I know.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Ones?
Oh, I remember just a few years ago, and I turned down. I think I saw a turbo Outrun for 400-ish. Really good condition. I returned an absolutely immaculate as well, right? Immaculate stand-up Daytona, fully restored, absolutely perfect. He wanted 400, and it was slightly too wide to go into the room I wanted it in, so I didn't. I could have taken the door frame off. I know.
You could have bought it. You could have bought it and give it to someone else for a bit to look after, even now.
So, Mike Smith.
Yes.
Mike Smith's pop picks.
Well, I have picked Mercs.
I wonder why.
Because it's fantastic.
Because that was supposed to be my pick, you sod.
Well, you stuck it in my head. You shouldn't have mentioned it at all. After you picked yours, I'm like, oh, I'd have met. Oh, but no. Mercs. I think it's a brilliant conversion from the arcade on the Mega Drive, of course.
It is.
There's a Master System version of it, and it's pretty cool.
There's an Amiga one as well, which is poor.
Is there an Amiga one as well? I never had an Amiga, so it was never on my radar. But basically 6 levels, shooting everybody up, and first thing I do, and everyone, is make sure I've got the flamethrower and use it all the way through. Watching a little man run away burning. Brilliant. I think that says more about me than anything else. So
did you first play it in the arcades, did you?
No, I first played it on the Mega Drive, to
right.
be honest. We didn't, where I came from, there wasn't an arcade very near us. So we only really ever got to them when the switches, is what we called them, the shows.
Yeah.
When they came along, that's the only time we really got to play arcade games.
Right. Because the arcade game, of course, was 2-player, where the Mega Drive isn't.
It is a 2-player, isn't the Mega Drive, isn't there?
Nope.
No, I'm not. You're right. I don't know why I thought there was. It's alright, I never played it 2-player because I never had 2 controllers when I was younger.
You never had 2 friends?
I only needed 1. I didn't have that anyway.
No, it's a great game. It's a really, and 2-player on its aside, it's a really good conversion of the arcade. See, it's a sort of unofficial sequel, really, isn't it, to Commando?
Commando, yeah. Yeah,
I
Might
it
can
was
say
another great game.
I've never played it.
What?
Mercs.
Mercs?
Not no. But I'll write it down.
I was getting
Along
mixed
with-
up with Mercs and Rambo 3. They look very similar, don't they?
They do, but Mercs is better, I would say.
I
Oh,
wrote
okay.
Mercs down, and I wrote Outrun for the Switch.
Yeah, so, okay, same question then, Mike. Have to see if you've done your homework. What will a copy of Mercs set you back nowadays?
Roughly about 10 quid.
Yeah, it sounds about
Bit
right.
more in CEX, very little. I would expect I would pay no more than a fiver for it, to be honest. But then I don't need to because this is my copy from when I was young.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I paid £2 in Kev Moon's shop. I still remember.
But like instructions as well.
Yeah, boxed full, yeah. Back when
Cool.
you used to sell Mega Drive games for £1 or £2.
Right, okay.
I don't think he'll sell you one for that now, but you can ask him.
I always ask him. Never says yeah.
Cool. And I don't think there's really anything else to say on Mercs. I suppose if you want to play it, it's on a few compilations, I think, isn't it? There's a Capcom compilation on the PS2, I believe it's on.
That's right, yeah. Capcom Classics or something it's called.
Yeah.
Is it on
is
your Capcom?
It's on the
Boom?
PS.
Sorry.
Sorry, what was
Is it, you have your Capcom Boom system? Yeah, the arcade.
Oh, the arcade stick? No, it's not.
No, it's not. That's a shame.
It's only got
It'd be
16
perfect.
games on that. No, it's a
Is it,
horizontal game, and there's no horizontal games on that system. Sorry, I should say it's a vertical game. There's no vertical games on the
game,
system. Yeah.
Is it on the PS3 Mega Drive Classics?
Don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know at all. I've got it somewhere, but I don't know where.
I'll put a bit in that room.
No, the only one I think it's definitely on is that M1 that was on the PS2, Capcom Classics Volume
Yeah.
1, which is a cracking disc. Cool. Right.
Oh, it's on the PlayStation 1 Generations, Capcom Generations as well.
Yes.
Because it does with Commando, that, and well, I can't remember what else.
The nice
And
disc.
it's on the Mega
Four.
Drive.
Four disc.
Yeah.
And obviously
Right.
the Mega Drive.
Yeah, they're the good discs. Those you got the ones with 1942 and
Yeah,
Guns and Goblins
1942, 1943, Kai, and there's 4 Japanese games as well. Little
Cool.
cutesy ones. They're actually quite fun as well.
Michael Henderson,
Mm-hmm.
Mega Drive Game of Choice. Mega Drive Arcade Game of Choice, sorry.
I picked the side-scrolling beat-em-up Golden Axe.
Oh.
Absolute classic.
It is.
I mean, I can play it now, just like Streets of Rage 1, 2. I can play it. It's quite similar in a way, and you can play it with the kids, and
Yeah.
it just doesn't get old. It's actually 30 years old. It's
Wow.
release, I think was 1990. I think so. It's 30 years old, and it's still great to this day. I mean, there's not many games you can say that really. Like you can pick
No.
up and play now, like you could any modern game. And I played that first years ago when I was a kid at the arcades, probably in Whitley Bay. I'd
Will it be
imagine.
for me as well, yeah.
Yeah, Whitley Bay with friends, and it's just amazing. It was amazing. The little dwarf with his massive axe, just kicking 10 bells out of everything, and then little horrible little things that come around with the bags that you absolutely and
To
they
get
run
the
off.
food and the magic.
Yeah, and they run off. And you're like, you motherfuckers, get back here! Oh, love
So-
it. What a game! And the baddies, all the big baddies with them huge giant men. It was great killing them. Just great. Murder, death, kill. What a game.
And
Play it now.
so who was it? Was the dwarf your character of choice?
Yeah, definitely. That big, huge axe. I'll just kill everything that moved. Everything.
Gilius Thunderhead, I think his name was.
Is that what his name was?
I
It
think so.
to me, it was murder and battle.
Rings a bell.
That's who it was.
Rings a bell.
I remember the first
Yeah.
time I saw that. I'd seen it in the arcades. Sorry, I'd seen it in the arcades. And do you remember there used to be a video game shop in the Green Market in Newcastle
Yeah,
called
Yes.
Microbite. It was called.
Yes. Yeah.
And I remember being stood in there, and they had they used to let you play the games before you bought them. And we're checking out Golden Axe on the Mega Drive, and we were just like all like, wow, it's the same as the arcade, you know. And I'll always remember because there was a lad stood next to us wanting to buy it, right? And he was stood with his money in his hand like this at the counter. And some little chaff come behind him, took his money and was away. out through Eldon Square.
The tune. Brilliant. But yeah, it's a great game. Everyone agree?
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's one of those franchises that just disappeared that Sega should never have let disappear.
Yeah. Did you play the one on PS3 and 360?
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
Raider. No, it wasn't very good.
No.
And
There was a
we had
Peter-
3D one on Sega Ages on PS2.
Oh, on the Sega collection.
Yeah. We had like
Yeah,
3D version of it.
Yeah, there was some of the games on there were terrible. There was one or two little gems on there.
Space
Outrun
Harrier.
Space Harrier was really good.
Yeah. Epic.
And are you going to take the title? Is it what would the price of a copy of Golden Axe be these days?
Oh, between £8 and £10 probably.
I wouldn't. Yeah, it's one of the cheaper ones, isn't it? I think because everyone
It
bought
is.
it because it was so good.
It was so good, yeah.
And it's on a lot of the compilations as well, though, isn't it? Like Mega Games and
You can
stuff.
you can get it even cheaper on the Mega Games collections, yeah. And it's always on the plug and plays.
Mhm.
It's on a lot of them because it was so good. It's also on PSP. You can get it on one of the compilations on there.
It's on Game Boy Advance on a dual thing with something else, Golden Axe and something. Anyway, but whatever you do, if you're watching this, don't get the Mega CD version.
I've got it.
Have you ever figured out what's wrong with it?
No, I've got the compilation.
Yeah, the compilation arcade
Yeah.
classics or something.
Yeah, but I've never really played it. It was such.
Well, Mike will be all right, but you might struggle because it doesn't have 2-player on it.
Oh, right. Oh, well, that's ideal for you, Michael. Isn't it?
Well, I mean, I live here in my garage, so it's all good.
Yeah, for whatever reason, the
You
Mega
yourself.
CD one, they took 2-player out of it. Why?
Yeah. That's Sega for you, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's totally Sega.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Which I guess just leaves me. So
Yeah.
my choice is.
Goes and goes.
Ghouls and Ghosts.
Oh.
What a game. Sodding Hard, obviously. is,
Absolutely.
I've never beaten it. I've beaten Super Ghouls and Ghosts on the Super Nintendo, but I've never beaten the Mega Drive one. Very close to the arcade, I would say. But yeah, absolutely excellent. It's hard, but it's fair. Like, if you die, it's usually your fault. Apart from, there's a level, I think it's like the second or third level, where there's these bouncing turtles. And they can fuck off because they don't actually follow any kind of pattern. And if you, at the same time you're avoiding them, there's these like tapeworm things underneath you, which bite your ass. So,
Do you remember playing that at the arcade, Simon?
you know, I didn't. I've played it in the arcade since. It's been at Nerd, hasn't it? And I've played the arcade version on emulators and things and stuff since. But I mean, I used to go to the arcades in Whitley Bay and Tynemouth, and I don't ever remember seeing Ghouls and Ghosts. Ghosts and Goblins,
No, I don't.
totally. That used to be about. Remember, I used to play Ghosts and Goblins at a caravan site at Haggerson Castle. But when I used to get dragged there,
Probably
my dad-
still there.
It probably is. But no one ever saw it in the arcades. But it's great, and it's got that one more go thing, especially when you die and you think, no, I've got him, I could have that. Me and one of my mates, we'll sometimes play games for bets, and that's one of the ones we often do. It's I'll bet you a quid I can get further on Ghouls and Ghosts than you can.
Excellent.
So, and other versions, actually there's a decent Master System version if you've not played it.
I haven't played the Master System version though.
It's not bad at all. It throws in a few little twists, gives you almost an RPG system.
Is it expensive on the Master System?
I don't think so. 10-15 quid on the Master System, I think. I think it's dear. Don't think it is.
So Martin Stapleford will have it.
He'll have it. Obviously, it was on compilations like that Capcom one we mentioned before. Actually, I think it's been on stacks of compilations, hasn't it? Ghouls and Ghosts. But yeah, and got a new inbox copy now. I don't think it's massively dear. 20, 25 quid, you reckon? Something like that?
Yeah.
Somewhere like
about that.
Yeah.
Good choice, Simon. Good choice.
Yeah, it's good. Really good choice.
Excellent.
So who's picked the best one then?
Oh.
Tell you what, if you
It'd have to be Ghouls and Ghosts.
if you couldn't pick your own, if you can't pick your own, which one would you pick? Michael.
Ghouls and Ghosts.
Chris?
Yeah, I'll probably go with that as well.
Michael Henderson?
I will go for Mercs simply because I've never played it. and I now want to have a shot.
I'll go for Mercs and all. So it's a draw between Mercs and Ghouls and Ghosts.
Yay.
Capcom rules the day on the Mega Drive, it seems.
It does a lot, Capcom.
Right, and our final part of this pilot edition of Nerdcast, we have our first guest. Please welcome Michael, another Michael. We've upgraded one Mick to another Mick. He's leveled up. With the aid of some DLC, we've got Michael from Gloriously Geek. Hello, Michael.
Hello. You all right?
Welcome, Michael.
Hello.
For those of us who don't know, Michael, including myself, what's Gloriously Geek?
Gloriously Geek, basically we are an online retail store. We sell Funko Pops, T-shirts, mugs, anything based around like geek culture, pop culture, Marvel, DC, the whole range, video game stuff, Sonic, Mario, Nintendo, it's gifts, apparel, collectibles, the whole shebang in one place online at gloriouslygeek.com.
Nice one. So, got a few questions for you. To all the watchers out there, we aren't being shilled here. We're not getting any freebies. Well, Michael
I'm
might
not getting
be,
paid
but...
either, so
Michael Henderson may be getting some freebies. He's usually got something going on somewhere.
sounds about
I
right.
never
yeah.
get anything free off anybody.
I think you still owe me a tenner for that, didn't you?
That sounds about right.
So, first question. What was it that got you into this line of business?
Just collecting myself. Like I say, I collect the Funko Pops, Marvel figures and stuff like that. So I collected, I sold things on eBay, and then I just sort of fell into it really, selling things online through eBay. And then I thought, well, why should I be selling all the stuff on eBay, getting a cut of it? I'll open up my own online store and sell it myself and make more profit really. So that's how I fell into it.
Nice one. We will have a link below in the description for anybody who wants to check out Gloriously Geek. Well, you've just blown apart my next question, which was going to be, do you collect them yourself? But so, okay, do you have a favorite?
Funkos.
What's your favorite line of things? What's your thing?
The ones I collect personally, they are the likes of Marvel, wrestling ones, WWE, stuff like that. They're my main collecting, but I do have the odd bit and piece. I've got quite a few Back to the Future ones. I've got some Back to the Future Lego, which is a cool piece. I haven't even taken out the box. I've had it for about 10 years. I've never taken it out of the box. I'm one of these, you've got to keep it in the box kind of thing. I don't know why.
Is that the DeLorean that you've got?
Yeah, it is the DeLorean.
What's everyone's thoughts on that, on keeping in the box? Because it's like, with me, it depends what it is. I collect a lot of. I'm big into Transformers. So, but modern releases, I tend to open them But if I'm lucky enough to come across an original G1 in its box, then it's not coming out the box.
Yeah, of course. I think it does depend on how old a certain item is. Like there is certain, if you're going to start collecting, which is the popular thing at the minute, the Funkos, the pop vinyls. I mean, the common one, for example, would be like this one that's just come out, the Baby Yoda.
The child, nice.
So, which is a common pop. So taking that out of the box, you're not really going to devalue it in any way. It just depends on the rarity, really, of how.
Let it breathe, I believe they say. Nice one. So, one of the things I've noticed, and I'm no expert on pops. I've got a few, usually because I find they make good stocking fillers. So
Yes.
I tend to end up with them on Christmas and. Actually, mate, I got one off your brother-in-law as a thank you for sorting out his Raspberry Pi.
Oh, right, very nice.
Your Darren. I've noticed. So, what makes an expensive one? Are they intentionally released?
They are. There's certain batches. It's if you collected stickers or cards when you were younger, there would be like the shiny.
Yeah.
So there'd be like one in the pack would be a shiny one, and the way Funko released their pops, out of a wave of say 10 pops, one certain character in that wave, every 6 pops, one of them, it'll be like a different mold or a different color, or glow in the dark, and that's called the chase.
Yeah.
And that's what people are chasing for that one, and they tend to be the more expensive ones. I mean, but there is one that go for thousands and thousands. I think the most expensive one that this is just going from memory. There was the one from Clockwork Orange, which I think is valued at about £13,000, something like that.
Wow.
I mean, that came out 10 years ago, so it's hard to get, and it'll be non-re-released or anything like that.
Yeah. Ah, wow. Okay. So, Gloriously Geek, it's an online store, you said.
Yes.
Are there any plans for a bricks and mortar, or?
Well, never say never. I mean, we do pop-up shops. Obviously, we do the conventions. We go to like shopping centres and do markets and stuff like that. Obviously, with the climate the way it is at the minute, we're not doing that. And we don't know when that's going to start up again. Probably not for a good few months anyway. I mean, my feeling, I've always wanted a shop. I think that is the future. I would like to have a solid base for Gloriously Geek. So yes, it's definitely something I'm looking at. I've looked at places in the past. It's just finding the right one at the right time for the right price.
Yeah, there's a lot of competition at the minute as well, isn't there? Especially in the likes
There
of
is, especially
Newcastle.
in Newcastle, yeah.
It's become a
But
big
if you
thing.
want to do it, you've got to be where the money it is, and that is Newcastle. I mean, I'm from Blythe. I would love to open shop in Blythe, but it would be pointless because there's just no footfall here. There's nobody who gets out. Most of the shops are shut now, or they're charity shops. So it would be a waste of money and time, really.
Wasn't it called the Keel Row or something? The shopping centre.
Yeah, the Killer. I mean, I go in there and I do the pop-up shop in there. Normally Christmas time, I'm in there for a good few weeks, and it does all right. But it's not something I would look at to lay foundations at the minute. There, it would have to be somewhere near a big city like Newcastle,
I think
or
you
Crampton, something like that. You know.
really need like Newcastle or Metro Centre or something like that, don't you?
Yeah,
You got to get the footfall.
yeah. That's what you want.
So cool. I mean, I've noticed at least one of your competitors in Newcastle actually now does trade-ins on pops as well.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What they're called now? One at the Granger Market.
Oh, Be More Geek.
Be More Geek.
Be More Geek.
They do
Yes.
trade-ins on pops. I have no idea of the prices. I'm sure it's very similar to when you're trading in games. It'll be pence on the pound, I would have thought.
Yeah, I mean, I do buy and sell off people. If people want to sell their collections, I can give them a price. Of course, some people have got very high expectations on what they're trying to sell. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Nice one. Well, we've now got what we call a quick fire round for you, Michael.
Lovely.
5 questions. Just give me the straightforward first answer, yeah?
Yeah.
Spider-Man or Batman?
Spider-Man.
Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat?
Street Fighter.
Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
Mario or Sonic?
Mario.
Hulk Hogan or The Ultimate Warrior?
Hulk Hogan. Always a Hulkster.
Good choice. And that's your 5.
You didn't say Macho Man, though. It would have been Macho Man, but I'll take Hulk Hogan second.
I was always a fan of Macho Man.
Yeah.
Nice one. Well, officially, thanks very much for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
But obviously, we'll stick around. We'll have a bit of a chat about what you do, and excellent. We'll have to check out Gloriously Geek. So the website, what is it? GloriouslyGeek.com?
www.gloriouslygeek.com or .co.uk. You can find one on Facebook, all the social medias, Instagram. We've got TikTok now, but I think I've only got something about my cats on there, so don't worry about that one.
I don't think you're allowed TikTok if you're over 30 or something.
Well, I'm well past that now.
Yeah. Cheers. Right, well, that brings us to the end of the pilot, the inaugural Nerdcast. So I'd like to thank my fellow hosts, Chris Sager, Michael Henderson, Mick Smith, and our guest for this week, Michael at Gloriously Geek. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Hope everyone's enjoyed this, the first and pilot edition. If there's anything you'd like to see in future episodes, please let us know. Get yourself along to Northeast Retro Den on Facebook. There will be a thread for this video. Let us know any ideas, anything you'd like to see. I'm going to leave the guys with one final question before we go. They don't know what it's going to be. It's just going to be a random question that they all have to answer. So, guys, other than retro gaming, give me your favourite 80s franchise. Michael Henderson.
Star Wars.
Are you?
Chris Sager.
I was going to say Star Wars, but he just bet me to it.
He said Star Wars.
I don't know. Top Gun.
Top Gun. Michael.
Teen Wolf. Does that count?
Teen Wolf.
Oh, nice.
And unsurprising to everyone, I'll go with Transformers.
Good joke.
Right. Thanks very much, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I've been Gamer Si. Keep it hard.
And a lot of luck.
What we need is a bit of energy and a lot of luck. Yeah.
Yeah. Transformers movie. Love that bit.
My favourite line in that movie. I got better things to do tonight than die.
Yes. See? You can see that at the end. How funny is that?
Tell you what,
Sorry, I'm trying to laugh.
It is. It's going to be funny, isn't it? How stupid is it? It's great.
okay. If I can. Hang on.
What you're thinking? I've got another one for you. Tell Tiny Tim I won't be home for tea. What's that off?
Austin Powers.
Nope. See?
Don't know them.
The Mask.
Wait.
I knew it was Jim Carrey. I just couldn't get the film.
You see? You didn't know it though, did you? But how good you can go away with that. We could say something like that, and at the beginning of the next episode, we have to guess if we got it right. The movie quote or whatever. You know what I mean? And you can put that to the public.
So, Michael's going to give you a final quote of the day.
Tell Tiny Tim I won't be coming home for tea.
Sorry, I was trying to do.
Brilliant. All right. Cheers to that, Michael.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to laugh.
That'd be
Oh,
great,
man.
though.